because they sell it mostly for the hemp, like the fabric and stuff, and they get it produced, and they have a company that comes in and they literally produce the whole field in like a day when it comes to harvest. But it's a big machine. They're not worrying about the trichomes because that's not what they need.
Yeah,
They
no, they just need the fibers because the
Yep,
fibers is
exactly.
what makes everything. The fibers have been in use for thousands of years, actually, man. They used hemp back in the day for rope. They used hemp for mainly rope, which was
Yep.
very, very, very important back then because they needed rope for pulling sails up, for all
Right.
this other stuff. So, and dude, the properties that it could do now are amazing, man. The concrete, the hemp concrete. I'm telling you guys, I'm going to put a little bubble up here that will tell you everything about it because that is such a cool
Oh, it
subject on its
is
own.
definitely.
The properties that it has that we probably are just relearning. If you want to be real with it, we probably knew about
Right.
this shit a long time ago when we forgot. But because of prohibition and all this shit, the prohibition on cannabis, it totally stopped that industry of hemp that was actually going somewhere. And for those who don't know, that's how the prohibition had started. One guy who had an interest in paper um, went over lobbying to the people in Congress and got them to ban it and scare people and say it came from Mexico and that's why they call it marijuana. And it was racist, man. God, bruh.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
But
My
yeah,
my family, they've always been involved in that type of stuff. My great grandfather was literally a real lumberjack. He owned a lumber mill. My family's been involved in milling and lumber since probably the mid 1800s, and my town is actually known for that. My well, at least the county I live in, it's called Muskegon, and it stands for Muskego because the Indians were musky fishing and one got away, and that's how they named the city. But it was a lumber baron town. My grandfather, if he wasn't doing lumber, he had a team of mules, and they would go and cut ice blocks out of the local lakes because that's what we have is so many lakes here, and he'd take them ice blocks and they'd sell them to people to put in their ice boxes before there was refrigeration. So
yeah.
like that's a little bit of my family history.